Alrighty, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are watching this. You are watching live. Thank you for stopping by again. I was really hoping today we would be done with this whole community stuff, but unfortunately, there's like one thing that I missed whenever I was going through the code to make and chop up episodes. As you can see, it's this to do once we figure out how to add post to group. We know how to add post to a group now, so what we'll probably do is I'll go through and try to add some images and then see if they show up here. We might have to debug that. And then there's a couple things. Let me open up VS Code real quick that I also want to work on the side. Let me pull this over. I have it open so I know. So like we made that selection bar so you can click like on this stuff, but we never actually use this in some of the other components that we have, like this one for example, and then like there's a couple other places that we didn't use it either. This one might actually be that component, but I want to actually implement that because I cobbled together some code in the VS Code walkthrough, but I don't know if it's going to actually work, so I want to make sure that it works and test it before I start recording episodes. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop in here and get to work on doing the media. It shouldn't take too long to do media, and then we can work and debug and do other stuff. So let's hop into our code, and then let's go into our communities and components, and then this one is going to be post media. So I found a random little thing here, our community that has like one member and nothing else in it. So if we come in here, we're going to go ahead and do some curly braces. And we're going to go ahead and say post with media and post with media dot length greater than 0. So if we have post with media, we'll show one thing. If we don't, we'll show something else. So for now, let's just do a div with a class name equal to community dash post, dash, oh my goodness, I cannot type, dash post media dash, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and call this container or something. I don't know, I'm terrible at naming divs. And then otherwise a div with the class name equal to, and we might want like a loading. What we might want to happen is actually do something like this. So we'll have useState is equal to a post array or undefined, and then set undefined to start, and then we'll go ahead and do this. So we'll have a loading, so we'll say post with media question mark, and then we'll have just like a fragment here, and this is going to be a little bit messy. And then here we'll say community post media and then loading, and then we'll throw a circular progress in here. Let's go ahead and find a circular progress. Hopefully it lets us just copy paste this guy, because I've had some issues with this. And that was community post media. There we go. Paste that guy in there and try to import it. So it starts as undefined, but then we set it whenever we get the use effect running. So it should be set eventually. And then here we know that we have it set. So we say post with media dot length is greater than 0 question mark. Okay, so then, hey, how's it going? Here we'll have div with the class name equal to community post media, and then I'm just gonna call this grid, even though it's probably not gonna be a grid. Or I appreciate that. We're almost done actually. I'm just gonna call it container. I'm terrible at naming divs. And then here will be a div class name equal to community dash post media, and then this will be empty. Yeah, we're basically all we have left is like the communities area and then some other odds and ends. Right, but I'm not even physically possible to do literally every single one of the whatever it's called, every single feature. So like we're doing basically hitting all the big features, and then if there's some smaller niche ones, I'm kind of ignoring them, but the look and feel's there, all the main features are there, all of that good stuff. And if there's something like locked behind a paywall, then I just ignore it. I'm not gonna be paying for Twitter Premium or whatever it is. Last name, community, post, media, empty title, and then here there aren't any posts in the community. Whoops. Yet. Okay, and then here p class name equal to, and we'll call this community dash post media empty text, and then inside the empty text we'll say once there are, you'll see them here. Okay. And did I spell something wrong? Post with media should be, oh, I did this backwards, dummy. Let me do this. Let me fix this. Did this backwards. And say, why is this mad at us? We gotta do it right. Okay, and then we'll add this guy, and that should allow us to do this. Terrific. There we go. Cool. And then we'll deal with the post media container a little bit. We need to make some posts with images in there. We'll go ahead and deal with this part first. So let's go ahead and copy here. Go into our community post media.css. Paste that. Width gonna be 100%. We're gonna go ahead and have a height of fit-content. We're gonna go ahead and set min height to 100%. So that should basically fill up the entire area. We might display flex this just so we can go ahead and this will be flex direction in the column, align justify content in the center, and align like a type items flex start. Okay, now let's hop in here, go to media. There we go. Looks good. Doesn't look like it's quite centering. Let's see here. Post media height, min height 100% ain't doing jack shit. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, center. We need to swap these. Oh yeah, we do, because I made it column, right? So let's swap those. So this one will be, I made it column, so this does need to flex start and align center. I always forget. Cool. Okay. So there's that. And it looks like, oh, it's because of this. That's fine. We'll get rid of the padding and just add some padding. So this one on Twitter uses like 32 margin or padding around it, so that's what I'll probably do. Let's hop back in there. So this is the community, whoops, post media, and then we'll go ahead and do empty first. Community post media.css. So here we'll go ahead and say width is 100%. Height, do we want to do width 100%? Or do we want to, what I might do is the width is like 336. I'm actually going to say width 336 px, and height is fit-content, and then adding actual say margin on this is 32px, I think is what that was. And it's gonna look a little bit scuffed right now because we don't have the title done. So let's do the title real quick. These, so empty and then dash title here, margin 0, adding 0, and then the font size on this guy is 31. I don't know why they choose strange fonts, but it is what it is. 31. I'm gonna go ahead and say font weight is probably like 800 on this, like so. And then we need to do the text. Paste that in. Text, once again, margin 0, adding 0. This one's probably like 15. Yep. Font size is 15px. And then what we'll go ahead and do is we need a font weight on this of 400, and then a color of £657786. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So this doesn't quite look big enough, but it is what it is. It's because it's not quite got that, the font isn't quite thick enough and big enough. I could try to do 900, but I don't know if it's gonna work. I could also try to make this slightly smaller. So I can actually try to say 258, and that might crunch it down a little bit. Let's see. 258px might crunch it down, or 260. There, that's more like it. And the font's not quite the same. Like, Twitter uses a paid font, so I'm not gonna be able to find the exact font, but it is what it is. So that's when there's none. Now if I go, fingers crossed, I go to post and I post it to American Football, I'm gonna say this is a post with images. Fingers crossed. Close your eyes. I don't know what's gonna show up here. Okay, we're clean. Go ahead and click on this. Open. Cool. Okay, so this, I need to look into this. This is broken. I'm guessing that I have a set height on this, maybe. Modal top, bottom of scroll box. Do I have a height on this? Let's see. Max height is 650. Height fit content. Yeah, it looks like I need to get rid of the max height on this for one thing, but that still doesn't fix it. And the content is also has the max height on it. I'll have to play around with this a little bit. This is a good thing that we're testing stuff. I should be able to hit post still. Okay. I'm assuming that it went through. I don't know for a fact. If we go back home, it did go through. Okay. That's good. Now if we go back to communities, go to American Football. Now those aren't in order, so we might not see them where they're supposed to be. And then if we go to media, we're not going to see anything yet. Although we should have at least seen something there with this, I believe. Let's open up our Redux. It either didn't post to this community, or it's not detecting the image. So let's open in a window. So feed update post. Community info fulfilled. Where did we create the post? Update, display, create post. Post create filled. So our community post, select a community post. So I don't see our post in here, but it might not have been updated yet. Let's just go to the very bottom. Okay, I do not see the post in here. Interesting. Okay. So whenever we posted this, let's look at our post state. Post v2 or feed maybe, because I do see it in the feed. It's the very first one. So if we look at this here, this post with image, fingers crossed. So does this have community on it? I do not see the community on this guy. Interesting. Let's start creating a post again and see what happens. So if we create a post, testing, community post again. Okay, so if we come into our state, update post state, this one is post v2. So content is this, audience is everyone. We don't have, I wonder if click on everyone and then click on this. Now we have a selected community and post. We need to close out of this probably whenever we click post, but okay. We reset post state, post was created, but now if we go into communities, it is added. So we select a community. The other thing is I don't know that we're adding it. So I'm gonna refresh. And then we're gonna go ahead and check Redux. We loaded the community, selected community, probably gonna be at the end. And then post. But I still don't see it. Feed, I'm guessing probably hasn't loaded yet. So let's take a look at the feed real quick. So now we have testing communities again. Come in here. Go into our feed state. Go into post. Should be at the top actually. Yep, post. Does this one have a community? This one also does not have a community. Okay, so whenever we're creating a post, it's not sending the community. So let's go to the feed post creator. Actually, want to refresh. So if we go into communities, click on this guy that has that selected. Let's go into the feed post creator is where all this logic kind of resides. Okay, so whenever we submit post, we are just straight up checking the community selected. And I don't know where we're actually updating community selected at. Create post, maybe location drop down. So this is gotta be where we select a location. So we are updating the post state. Supposed to be whenever we load in, if the location, community, users, or anything changes, we check it. So in the post v2 state, it's not setting it. We don't have a selected community, so this part's not really working. Even though I don't think it works until we, one, select the location. So I think if we do this, there'll be an update post date, and I still don't see community in here, but I think that's just because we don't have it set. Then if we set it to this, I think we come in here, update post date, we'll have our selected community. Okay, so this logic is not running for some reason. That's problem number one. But now that we know that it's selected, we see that we have a community selected. Let's see what's going down with this. Let's go to our network tab and see what we're sending. Testing another community post and send it. Okay, so it goes through. The payload has a community on it. Then the response, do a preview. Response does not have a community on it. Okay. Response doesn't have a community on it, but let's actually check the database, because I might not store it on here. We open up dbeaver. Let's check the database right quick. I might not actually post it on this specifically. So if I go into Twitter, now I need to find, let's see here. No, this is small, sorry y'all. So our American football is going to be ID 2. So let's oops, select star from, and this is community post junction, where community ID is equal to 2. These are getting put in here though. Now the question is, are we cutting off? These are in here. So this might be me being stupid. Let's see if we go to the back end. This might be me only allowing in 100. Whenever we, let's see here. Although we're just getting community. So this one, get community post, we're only getting 100. This one is just getting the users' communities. The map is showing that, like, these ones shouldn't matter. Because this one we're just getting community by ID and just going back the entire community. So if we refresh this and let's see here. I don't think it's this. Is it? discovery / posts. Wait, why is it? Oh, we're in explore. Okay. I didn't restart the database, did I? Did I break it? What happened to this? We were in American football. I don't think we restarted the database. Strange. Okay, well, let's go ahead and join American football again, I guess. Something restarted. But now it says there's 21 members. I think it said it had 19 last time. The front backend must have restarted on us. We go home. Yeah, our posts aren't there. How did I restart the backend on myself? I don't know. Okay then. So we create a post. American football. Trying to make a post, and although we need to do, whoops. Oh, that's not good. Post and American football. And doesn't know we're in American football. Post. Whenever we sent this, the payload had the community in it. This one is not going to get the community back. We might want to update the response or something, or figure out a way to update the community post. But now if we refresh this and okay, preview community post, only returning 100 posts. Yeah, it's not returning all the posts, even though if we come in here and run this, there's 101. So something is going on. If we go into our controller and our community controller, literally just this, get community by ID or throw. Pretty sure this is what we're using. Yeah. Interesting. It's here, but not here. And the member list changed. That might just be because of the set. But you see it here. What's going on with that? That is weird. Open up Postman. I know why it's calling it twice. It's the use effect. But it's interesting to me that why are the posts being shuffled? Oh, you know what? Is this a set? Whatever, postman. You're being annoying. Wait a minute. Bro. Postman is annoying right now. Just let me close, dude. Okay. This might be a set. And that would explain why it's kind of all mixed up. Let's see here. Models, community. Is our post a set? Community members. That's why. Okay, so our post is getting through. Good to know. Go into my footer. I just close out of it like a dingus. Well, I've just closed out of it like a dingus. Okay, so our posts are coming through. I'm just stupid and have it as a set. I need to look at the feed and see how we do this. Okay, so let's do this. Do American football again. Making a post with an image. Okay. Post it. Okay, so now we go into communities. Go into American football. If we scroll far enough, I think we should end up finding it eventually. Because we come in here, go into post v2 or communities. Select a community, post. In here somewhere, there should be 105 or 104. Trying to make a post on American football. So there's that one. And 105. And it does have an image. So like, it's there. If we scroll far enough, we should be able to find it. There's this one. So it does exist. So media. Now it's working. Okay, so the biggest issue we have is, one, we're not sorting them, so they're not showing up right at the top. And two, this piece of logic isn't actually setting. Update post date isn't actually getting set whenever we open the thing. And I think the problem is I think the problem is because whenever you're on like the feed page, it's technically open. You open it up and it's not there. So like if we open this on the side, I'm gonna open up here, click on this. So all I see is update display create post. I'm not actually seeing an update post to add that in. So like what I might do instead of, we have this, we have this, we have a community ID. Like this should be running. Unless we don't have a selected community right now. use the effect to select community. Like this should be running whenever we open this. If we close out of this, open or inspect. It's always something. Yeah, in use effect to select community. Post. In use effect to select community. I think it is calling set selected location. So why is update post state not triggering? I think it's hitting this. And the selected community is undefined. Maybe selected community is undefined for some reason. Possible. There. I'm gonna give this a refresh. Click on this. No, selected community is definitely there. There's an update post date here, but it doesn't update the community. That is so strange. Am I typoing something? That's my next question. Like, did I typo something in update post date? And did I get it from the wrong one, maybe? It is coming from post slice v2. And update post date is property in value. And property is community selected. What was this? I forgot what this is called. Feed post. Creator. Create post. Location drop down. Make sure that it is. One is correct. One is also correct. So why are we not calling? Do we have a use effect that's watching? No, because we don't have a use effect watching set selected location, I don't think. I have no clue. We update display create post. But now we have that's the communities. And the community exists. Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, you can clearly see select a community. But in our post v2, it's not calling that update for some reason. Until we do this and click everyone, then it calls an update. And then if we click on this again, update post date calls again, and then community selected goes. Like, this isn't doing anything, but this one is. Are you serious? Been staring me right in the face this entire time. Oh my goodness, bro. I'm so stupid. Okay. Hey, how's it going? Sorry if I missed your message. I was deep in the debugging. There we go. Still not setting it though. Oh wait, there it is. Update post date. It's there. Hallelujah, Jeebus. Okay, so that's one problem down. Let's make another post with an image just to have like a couple. And this is broken, so I need to debug this as well. Go ahead and send. I think maybe we need to kill some of this if there's an image or something. I don't know. But try to fix that later. Okay, so that's another one. Now if we refresh, probably want to figure out a way to know if we attach that in there. But okay, so now we can work on our media finally. Got a couple other things to debug. Now let me go to a community that I know has media. I'm stepping out of media. On media. Okay, so basically it has three, it's like a 3 by whatever grid. So we're gonna go, whoops. Community, post, and media. Okay, so the container. And then we'll probably just do, I guess, IMG. Technically, there could be videos in here, but I'm just going to map through what we could do. Make them divs, I guess. We could say, so we want to go ahead and say post with media dot map a post. Okay, and all of these have images. I think we only want the first image from these, I'm assuming. I don't know, maybe we want all of them. So that's the thing, right? Technically you could have more than one image. I'm just gonna take the first image from it. So we're gonna go ahead and say const first image is equal to post dot, and then this is gonna be images 0. All right, and then we'll go ahead and say return, and return a div class name equal to, and we'll need navigate on this. Or is it navigate, or what does this do? I'm guessing it opens it up in large screen. Yeah. I don't remember how we deal with this. I'll have to look really quick at how we deal with this on the post. Or I think list does something similar. We might be able to do something similar to list. But we'll go ahead and call this community dash post media dash content or something. And then basically this needs an on click on it. So we'll do this, and on click. Do this, on click is equal to, we need to set this up. And honestly, we might just have it do nothing, I don't know. And then after this, we'll go ahead and also have a style equal to, and then we have to do background. So background, and then let me, whoops, space FG. We need to find like background image. I always screw these up. Let's find one with background image. There we go. Background image. Yoink this. Then come back into our whatever it's called. Ooh. We might need to deal with the GIF too, I'm not sure. So that takes an actual image editor, add image, edit image. Do we have a feed post creator image? Because how do we deal with lists? Because the list had a media. Let's go to list page. And I want to see what we did the media for a list real quick. List. I don't remember how we did lists. We might even have to create one, unfortunately. Lists. Yeah, we might have to create one. Sure. Then if we create a post, sure. Apparently I'm not a member of my own list. Okay, I don't remember how we did this. Let me look here. Assuming it's custom feed view. See what's in here. View list top bar. Okay. Like there's gotta be information. Like I know for a fact that we did media. Like I know we did media. But I don't remember how we dealt with lists. Although you know what? I think it had like a scroll thing. Slightly different. Let's see list. Was it top bar? Because the thing is, I swear I remember. I'm in here. But there's like a media. If we switch between top bar information. But maybe there's not. Maybe I'm crazy. to share. It's more horizontal. I guess I'm just going crazy. I swear there was a media option. Let me look at lists again. I guess I'm just going crazy? Like what? Was it somewhere else I'd done media stuff? I'd opened up a media modal. Or image modal. Yeah, full screen image modal. Where does this get used? Of course it doesn't help me. Update display image modal. Update display full screen image. Message conversation. Then message page. Okay, it was in the messages page that I did this. Okay. Let me look at messages real quick. Okay, I see. So how do we deal with... Let's look at a post. Let's see how we deal with opening up a whole post here. Maybe I'll just deal with that. It just goes to post/post ID. Sure. I'll just do that. Okay, let's go back to community. Except I wanted to see how we did messages page. Message, conversation, info, media. This is what I want. So how do I deal with media? Render media is just a message conversation image. I'm yoinking it. And I'll set the height and width. Community post media. I'm yoinking this. Okay, whoops. Why did it not yoink? Ooh, the problem is that it takes in a message. Dang it. Okay. Okay. Doing more work than I wanted. Could copy this. We're gonna have to. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and say community post image slash community post image .tsx. Okay. We'll yoinking this entire thing, and we'll deal with the consequences later. Okay, I need to run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. We'll continue butchering this code. That should be probably a reusable component, but at this point I don't care. So I'll be right back, y'all, after I use the restroom.
I want to live, don't want to hide. Let us live in peace, no need to hide. Why, oh, why, oh, why? I wanna know why. Can we live together? Can we live together in a beautiful world? In a beautiful Can we live together? Can
Alrighty, we also grabbed a little extra coffee. So instead of a message, so let's go ahead and start renaming this stuff. This is community post image.css. Okay, so let's start renaming this stuff. So we're not going to need a message. Go ahead and say community post image.tsx. Okay, we're not going to take this. I'm just going to take a string. I'm just going to say image or source src. And then this is going to be a string. We will have a width and a height. And this will be a community post image props. Don't know why this is mad at us. Okay, let's rename this. Community post image props. And this will go ahead and take in our community post image props. Community post image props. Whoops. And then now we'll have our source here instead. It'll be our source. Okay, we don't need a message ID. It'll be interesting to see how we deal with this. The on click we're overriding anyway, so I think that's fine. So now is GIF. We'll go ahead and say source dot split. And we'll go ahead and say image split. And then just say image split. Image split. Okay. So now we're going to check to see if it's a GIF. Here we'll go ahead and set this to source. So, and if we want to, we could flat map all these probably, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we have that. I think all of this is fine. I don't think we need to change any of this. I don't think we need to change any of this. Don't need to change this. So ID. This is probably why we needed this. Maybe we... Honestly, I just might do the source here. Because we're just going to open up the post itself. Might not like that, but the sources should be unique. Here, background image will be background link. Source is going to be source. And then the rest of that is fine. The only thing now is we need to change this to community post image. There might be some other stuff we need to rename here. Community post image GIF controls and community post there, and then community post image GIF text. Is there any other classes we need to override? I don't think so. So then we can also yoink this and paste it in here with no shame. Community post. So in a perfect world, this would be its own component that we can just reuse, whether it's a message or whatever. But I'm lazy. Community post I wasn't expecting this to take this long this morning. Community post, and then community dash post. I'm just gonna open up the image, or open up the post. What I'm gonna do. So now if we come back, community post media. So now what we'll do, delete this. Let's get the first image, community post image. Did I not export it? Let's double check this. Export const. Whoops, I accidentally named it the wrong thing. Okay, let's import it. Add missing attributes. So source is gonna go and be first image. Ooh. Okay, that could be an issue because the post image could be, we look at here. We're gonna do a little extra logic. So we go into our post here. So post images is a post image array. Although I think we can just get the image URL. I think if it's a GIF, we still store it in the database and put it into the post image array. We can get the .image URL, I think. Let's do that. Okay, and then width and height we'll set as well. And then override click we also want to set. Okay, so on Twitter, go back to communities here. Go in here. Media is opening. So these are 194 by 194. Okay, so width 194, height 194. Then on click, we're gonna open the post, and that's fine. I don't really care if it's not exactly what happens. So, we'll say const open open media post is equal to, and how do we want to deal with this? We almost do want to pass the post ID in there. The react.mouse event, HTML div element, e.stop propagation, const ID is equal to e dot plus. I guess it doesn't really matter. E dot current target dot ID. Then we navigate. Const navigate is equal to use navigate. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and say navigate to, I think it's like slash post slash backticks. $, curly brace, and then ID. I think how we open this. Now the thing is, we do need to go and pass in the image ID or post ID. Okay, and then open media post. So now we need to go into our community post image. And then we're gonna go and pass that in. So we'll have our post ID as a number. Go and pass it in here as well. So, oops, not what I wanted. I wanted post ID. And what we can do is on our ID here instead of source, pass that post ID. So it is slightly different, but that's fine. Might have to be backticks, $, curly brace, that. Okay. Then we pass that post ID in there. Okay. How's it going? Hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, whenever it is. Now we can open up that post. That's assuming that I did this right. Welcome to the mess. Yeah, post/post ID. Terrific. We got a mess going right now, so welcome to the shit show. Post/post ID. Terrific. We'll just open up that post. Should be fine, I think. So now the media container. Message media. I'm using NeoVim just because I wanted to get better on the keyboard. How do we do the media grid? My keyboard skills are not great, so I wanted to get better on my keyboard. I do prefer this though, to be honest. To each their own though. So maybe I do go ahead and call this grid. Maybe post the media grid. I'm not going to shame anyone for using whatever they like, you feel? Media grid. I just feel like it's more lightweight than VS Code by the time you get everything, but again, that's just me. I think once you have it set up properly, obviously the issue is setting everything up. Okay, so this is working as expected. The only thing is I think we need to work on how this is displaying this guy. So a community post image, this part is fine. This is just Ubuntu in Windows Subsystem for Linux. I just used a basic one, I know. Nothing too crazy. Wait, is this? Actually, this class might not be doing anything. I might have not even imported the class. I might have forgot to import the CSS. No, the CSS is in. Did I typo something? Let me post image CSS. Let me post image. Double check this. Community post image. Something's typoed. Oh, I typoed this. I'm gonna say that image doesn't quite look right. There we go. That's much better. Then if we add one more, I need to fix that. Make a post, American football. Making another post with an image. Maybe we'll add a GIF this time. Okay, so we need to deal with that. It's not over top of it. Whenever I first started this project, it was just for fun, and now it's just my enemy because I'm just trying to finish it. Another post with images. So yeah, it's just for fun. at this point, quote unquote. I started a YouTube series on this a long time ago. GIF modal. So now it's like I committed to starting it. So I'm gonna finish it type situation, and I bit off more than I can chew. Okay. When we open this, we might need to hide the post modal. So let's go into feed post creator. What would be the fun in using AI to build this? Wouldn't really learn much. I mean, I use AI to help generate data and things like that, but I like to write everything myself. I think it's a create post button cluster. Plus this project was started Wolfie, I don't quite understand your question. How's it going? How's it going? I got 2 chats open, sorry y'all. So this project was started before AI. I mean, AI was a thing, but this project was started before all of the extra coding stuff was really a thing. Where do we open our GIF at? So display GIF, update display GIF, I'm assuming. I'm assuming it's update display GIF. I'm gonna go ahead and check for if the, let's see here. If our, and where does, that does come from the modal slice. Yeah, I've been working on this for 3 years. It's all on my YouTube channel. So if you like look at my YouTube channel under like the Let's Build Twitter, whatever it's called, like that's all been working on this. So this is display create post is equal to use selector. It's like I started this whenever I was basically like entry level junior type engineer dev, and I've been working on it for like 3 or 4 years at this point. And then this is gonna be modal or state, root state. So yeah, this is not a project like I just started. Twitter has changed like a million times since I've started this. So like even a lot of the stuff that have right now is out of date. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and check to see if our display create post. If we're displaying create post, we're also gonna go ahead and dispatch update display post and hide the post for now. So put it in here. Update display create post. So we'll hide the create post. Dispatch. Whoops. Update display create post. Like so. Whoopsie daisies. So if create post is open, we will hide it. And then now the thing is, where's our modal? A GIF modal. Now the only issue is that whenever we close our GIF modal, we need to know if we had that open. And that's going to be a problem. Because how do we know? Because now this will work. Open up a GIF. That's what we expect. The problem is, whenever we click on one of these, it doesn't reopen the post modal. So we almost need to pass it like a... I wonder where this is getting used. Wait, where are we? Feed post creator. Feed post creator GIF modal. Where is this getting used at? Probably the modal slice. Yeah. Modal container, is it in here? Like GIF modal, it is. We could set a property on it where it says we could pass a property. The problem is it'll change. The other thing we could do is we could do in the post slice v2. Come to the post slice v2. Getting pretty gross, but we could also do add to this interface called like open in modal or something. So under active, we could do like reopen modal, the boolean. Whoops. So we know that we need to reopen the boolean or reopen the modal if we close out of it or something. So here, reopen modal will start out as false. Might have to get up for a second here. And then whenever we go to navigation, then this is where we open this up. Yeah, open create post. So we also want to dispatch update post state from our v2, and then here our property will be reopen modal, and the value, value will be true. And then let's double check the post slice, v2, make sure that's fine. Pretty sure, just want to make sure, yep, reopen modal. Okay, and then we can pass a boolean to that property and value. So we dispatch that. And then whenever we reset the post state, I think there should be something called reset post state here, initialize new post. That's fine. Maybe we don't have a reset post state. Probably should. We do. Okay, it does return the initial state, so that's fine. And then what we can do is in our feed post creator GIF modal, whenever we close out of this, I don't know how we end up closing out of this. Because neither of these close that. So update display GIF. Oops. Space FG. Update display GIF. So where do we use this? So we use it here to open it. Like we use it here to close out of it. And here to close out of it. So here we need to check for the state of the const state is equal const, and this will be reopen modal is equal to use selector of state and root state dot post v2. So we'll check to see if we need to reopen the modal, and if that's the case, we will go in here. So now we have our dispatch update display GIF. We're also going to say if reopen modal. Then we're going to go ahead and dispatch update display create post. We need to do the same thing in the other thing. So space FG update display GIF. So let's see here. I'm assuming we need to do it in here as well. Let's do the same thing. Const and reopen modal. We'll go to use selector. Oops. State root state. State dot post v2. Do the same thing. If we need to reopen the modal, if reopen modal, reopen modal, dispatch update display create post. Probably a few other places we need to do something similar to this as well. And then space FG update display GIF. Okay, where else do we need to update this at? We did this one, did that one. We need to do this as well. If we have reopen modal, we need to bring in reopen modal. I think this is like the last place we do this. Const and reopen modal. Equal to use selector. State root state. State dot post v2. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and say if we need to reopen the modal, then we'll go ahead and dispatch update display create post again. So now if we close out of the modal selector, we can open and close it. Hopefully, that's the idea anyway. So click on post, attempting a post with GIF. Go ahead and click on GIF. It opens it up. Click on angry, sure. Click on this. Now, the media is gone. We need to look into that. We might just need to like do a use effect or something when this opens in the create post text area. Create post text area. Actually, let's look at feed post creator. We might just need to call the use effect here. We might need to look at what would this be? We might just need to watch for the display. Let's see here. Const display, and then this was create post equal to use. We might just need to watch this to open for a change. State, root state, state dot modal. We could probably throw display emojis in here as well. Delete this. Okay. And then we can watch for this to change maybe. And if we open it, we open this up, we'll refresh the app or refresh this. I actually did the opposite of what I wanted. Huh. Why'd that do the opposite of what I wanted? So that did the opposite of what I wanted, which is cool. I'm gonna actually refresh and see what happens. So we create a post. Post with GIF. Go ahead and click on GIF. Click on this. Yeah, okay. So I'm assuming it's this. Possibly. Let's look at the create. Whoops. Create. Whoops. Create. Post text area. Watching this. Text content. Should be reading the create post DTO. The thing is, the content is there, it's just not displaying it. And I don't know that a use effect watching. I mean, we can try watching that. I don't know if it's going to do anything. Const display create post. You go use selector state root state state.modal.display create post. We could merge those in as well. Use effect. And we're gonna watch display create post. And I'm thinking about calling. Well, I don't think calling text content's gonna do anything. I might call activate. If I take this. I don't know if it's gonna do anything though. Okay, refresh. The thing is, there's post content in there. Creating a post with a GIF. The thing is, it has content in it. But this guy is displayed none, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, color is transparent. So like, this is here. It's the content is not being displayed for some reason. Here, content not equal to an empty string. content is coming from here. Do we need to set the content to something? Well, if we call auto grow, we can't call auto grow. Well, we just set content to create post DTO dot content, because the content is there. That might be what we need to do. Trying to create, create a post with a GIF. There we go. Now we might want to work on this a little bit. We'll definitely need to fix this. I'm going to jot this down as a bug to fix later. Okay, and then whenever we click post, feed post creator, and this might actually need to be the thought there's a button cluster for the feed post creator. Create post, create post button cluster. So whenever we submit this, whenever we create the post, let's see here. Oh, this isn't even where we have our create. Create post button. It's not the button cluster. What is it then? Feed post creator. Is it its own thing? It isn't here. When we submit post, we need to also check so one, I want to dispatch reset state, reset post state. I want to reset this whenever we submit the post. The other thing I want to check, we already have display create post, so I want to check to see if display create post. So if we have this, we want to also dispatch update display create post. We want to close out of that as well. Okay. Now if we give this a refresh, none of this should affect any of the code that I already kind of started jotting down to work on. Okay, so now if we say testing with a GIF one last time, open up our GIF, surprised. Need to fix this obviously, closes out of it. Now we probably need to go back and look at how we can figure out if this, like I think in our I think in our post slice v2, I think we could use the Thunk API to update this. So if we come into our create post, create post, try catch, all of this stuff, we can say like do something similar to this, like things like if the I don't need to do it in here, we can just do it outside here. If the and post DTO.community, so if we have a post DTO community, then we could do a Thunk API.dispatch, and then we can dispatch a, I don't know what we have in there, we'd have to look. So let's look at the community slice. I don't know if we have an update communities or not. We might need to create like an update community post. We might have it already, I'm not sure. Update searching, reset explorer state, update selected community. We could do that. The only issue, well, we do have that. But then we want to update like, we don't want to update the selected community necessarily if there's not one selected. I might just create like a update community post, right? And date action payload action is a community and a post. Try something like that. And then we can say like if state.selected community. If we have a selected community and the community that we passed or action.payload.community ID is equal to state.selected community ID. We can say like let updated community equal to so here we'll go ahead and say if we have a selected community and the selected community is the same, updated selected community, we'll say how do we want to do this? Say updated selected community is equal to JSON.string of parse, JSON.parse, JSON.stringify, and then state.selected community. And then we'll say const post is equal to updated selected community dot community post. Say actually we'll do this. We'll say post or action.payload.post, comma, and then dot this. We'll go and add it to that. And then we'll go ahead and really we could just return state here. The only time this really needs updated is if we're on the selected community. So then we can say updated selected community dot community post is equal to the post. Set the post, then we'll return dot state, and then selected community is going to be equal to updated selected community, like that. Okay, then we can come in here. We need to export this really quick. And we can throw this in here. Update community post. Whoops. That. We go into our post slice. So now if there was a community on the post, we can say update community post. And then the community will be postdto.community. And then the post will be the res.data. So then we'll dispatch that, but it'll only update the selected community because we have the community open. Otherwise, we don't really care because then we'll click on and load the community information anyway. Let's see. Cool. Broke something. Why is this broken all of a sudden? Selected community.communitypost.map. Is it because this? Is it really complaining because of this? Why? Why is this? Oh my. Why is this all of a sudden an issue? Brother. Is it because of the selected community? Community is not equal to null. And post DTO is definitely a community. I love TypeScript, bro. Okay. So now, gotta be because of this change, right? Like, get rid of this and get rid of this. Gotta be this guy, right? Really? This is breaking it? Is it because it thinks that could do this because of this? And let's go ahead and return this again. Update community post. If it's still mad at me. No, it's not mad at me anymore. Go to post slice v2. Do this. Do that. Save that. Okay, y'all. We're gonna have to wrap this up soon. So now, if I add post to American football, trying to make a post in American football with a GIF. Doesn't matter if it's a GIF or not, but we'll look up like football. Sure. Go and do this. It worked. Go to media. And this seems like it's working. Alright, so there is what we wanted to work on here. I didn't quite get to the other stuff that I wanted to refactor today because there's just a few things that we needed to deal with. That's kind of scary how there's 4 of them open. So we scuffed something in here. Go home. It works fine. I don't know why there's 4 GIFs on this one. I don't know what happened here. What happened here? Something I can debug later. Feed. Go into this post. Feed number 2 on this list. So when we images, there's only a single image on it. So there's something wrong with our post component here. Specifically. Because there is only one image on this. We'd have to look into what's going on. Post content. Okay. It's not gonna be in emojis. Here we go. Post content, post content. Post image length. So the post container. Or this create post image container is a scuffed. Guessing it's in utils. Huh. Create post image container. Post content from feed utils. There we go. So why? It only has one image in it. I'm looking right at it. And it's only this specific one. Because obviously this one is fine. Odd. Even. Interesting. So it's either hitting this one. Images.length mod 2 equal to 0. That should not be the case because there's only one image in that post. If I refresh, what happens? Okay, it is bugged or something. Alright, y'all. I think that's going to go ahead and do it. I think there's just some funky stuff going on with this one. So I do need to work on debugging the post container, this modal, whenever there's images in it, but I'm going to deal with that at a later date. I'm just going to go ahead and push the changes that I have now and call it good for the communities and then add that to a bug. So let me make a note of this bug. So in my to-do, bug with create post modal with images. I think that's it for that. Let me close out of all this. Go ahead and add the content. Forgotten media area. Push this. We're going to hope for the best on the selection bar because I'm going to go ahead and continue working on getting the other stuff working, or the code laid out for videos. I wanted to start recording yesterday, but that's obvious, or not yesterday, tonight or tomorrow, but it's not going to happen because I have so much to do. But it's about 7 o'clock, so that means I need to get ready for work. So thank you everyone for stopping by at the stream. I appreciate it. I'll be live again on Monday with some Minecraft chill stream, and then hopefully Freedom Tracker, which is my budget tracking app, on it would be Wednesday. So thank you all for stopping by. It's been Ethan on Encoder. Peace out. Hope you have a great one, and I'll see you on the next stream.